Talking about that, it's time to talk dance here on Hit 103.9 Daybreak Hitz. Still continuing our dance series, yeah. And I'm super honored to have in the studio a national dance champion, 1989. Where were you then? He's the head of department, the dance department here at the School of Performing Arts, University of Ghana. And because of him, Rihanna Nakwa is back in the studio. After how many weeks of being away?
Hi, Kwame Darcy.
Hi, Ria.
How are you doing, my darling?
I'm doing great. Okay. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, my love.
I nearly asked what brought you here because you've been away for some time.
When a legend arrives in your studio, you have no choice.
Oh yeah. Brightest.
Yeah.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. I love your shirt.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank
Purely
you very
African.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghana man it is.
Yeah. It'll be easier.
Yeah, guys, we have in the studio a great man. He is a great dancer, won the National Dance Championship in 1989. He is currently head of department, the dance department at the School of Performing Arts, University of Ghana. He's done a lot for the dance industry. We are privileged to have in the studio Mr. Terry. Dr. Terry Bright Ofosu. Thank you very much for that correction. That is why you came here today.
Exactly.
Bossman, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you again.
Good.
I think it's been 2 years since we met.
Yes.
2 years.
Yes, I remember.
Can you come closer? Yeah. And it's always good having a conversation with you because
Thank you very much.
The knowledge you share with us is always amazing. Now, somebody might be asking, who are you talking about? Those who only know dance God and endurance grant, who may not know dancers from way back. Let's start from when it started. When did you start dancing?
Okay, so I would say that as a child, I was always dancing. I went to Bemakam Primary.
Okay.
Now Bemakam JHS or something. It was called Complex.
All right.
When I started. And quite strangely, I was rather interested in drumming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was there together with my little sister.
Okay.
Ubidiaba Bright, and she was a dancer. Whilst I was part of the musicians. I was interested in drumming. You know, in primary school. You know. And after I left for St. Peter's, I started dancing. I got very interested in dancing strongly, somewhere around Form 2, Form 3 at that time. You know, we had the O-level system.
Yes.
Yeah, around Form 2, Form 3. And a classmate of mine actually named me at that time. He named me Sir Robot.
Sir Robot?
So I went into dancing with that name. Sir Robot across when Ajete Soa was leading the pack, so to speak. So all along I've been called Sir Robot until I went into the national dance competition, where I had to use my official name. You know, and that is how come I was able to win when I won the national dance competition in 1989. You know, so I've been dancing. You know, dance has been part of me since childhood. You know, I remember when we went to parties, my dad would push me in front. You know,
go and dance
because I was so.
Oh, so your dad was supportive.
Yeah. As a child, you know.
And did he ever think that you would become professional? You become a dancer?
Not really. I was a science student in school, actually.
Oh.
You know, so my O-level, I did science, but I did visual art as well. You know, so the...
Science and visual art?
Yes.
How was that combination possible at the time?
It was possible.
Okay.
I did physics, chemistry, biology, maths, admaths, and all that.
Oh, great.
And then I added art because I was naturally good at drawing and all that, sculpturing and all that.
Wow.
So that's what I did. But unfortunately, I think my dad died a couple of years, I think 2 years before I could finish schooling. So that actually threw me off, So by the time I completed my O-levels, I was dancing anyway in school, you understand? So I decided, at that time, every young person wanted to go abroad. Okay. Every young person wanted to go abroad, So when I finished O-levels, because my dad was dead, I couldn't go to the A-level.
Yeah.
I just hung around and I started dancing. I got into the streets and I started dancing. Because people were surviving on dance. I don't know whether you've interviewed Ajete Sowa.
I have.
And he will tell you.
Yeah.
He was driving the whole pack.
Sure.
And therefore dance was very, very lucrative at the time. So I decided to dance in the street, and what even made it stronger was the fact that if you win the national dance competition, you are given the opportunity to go to UK to participate in the world dance competition. Yeah. So I thought, if I want to leave the country and go search for greener pastures, that would be my most immediate,
Yeah.
So I decided to push it all the way to the national dance competition. So I actually participated in the national dance competition because I wanted to participate in the world dance competition.
Okay.
And then be able to get to the UK, where I think life could be better. So I kind of abandoned the school initially, when I was trying to win the national dance competition. But in the process, the national dance competition, it was imperative that you would learn traditional dances.
Okay.
So we did 3.
Okay.
1 is the indigenous traditional dances.
All right.
2 is the national dance practice, which is the high life.
Oh.
And then 3 is your freestyle dance, which is what at the time was robot dance, Michael Jackson, mixed it. But they always insisted that you have to be creative. So you have to mix your dance with some creative.
When you are doing the freestyle.
Freestyle, exactly. So in the process of learning the traditional dance properly, note that in primary school, I had a stint with traditional dancing. So I knew some movement.
Okay.
So in the process of going back to relive the traditional dances, I met a guy called Kelly.
All right.
Who taught me some of the traditional dance. He did one movement and immediately I did it. And then he said, no, you are a natural. You have to come to the School of Performing Arts. Oh. So this is what actually shifted me from science and got me into the School of Performing Arts.
Okay.
And by the time...
Which year was this?
That's 89, 90.
Okay.
Thereabout.
So you went to school after you had won the championship?
I went to school as a
so you were a star when you went to school.
Well, so to speak. But this issue of stardom, I've never been able to actually relate to it properly. I didn't see myself as a star. So my mates will tell you that I was very down to it. In fact, I went to the class, I was sitting at the back, hiding somewhere.
Why?
And then, I don't know, I felt, I don't know, and up to now, sometimes I feel like that. I try to, come down to earth, because all these things are fleeting, you understand? One moment you think you're a star, and the next moment you are hit with a sickness, and the stardom just vanishes, So it is, and I think it's advisory to the youth, It is not very good to be always trying to flaunt who you are,
Okay.
Because life can be very, very elusive.
Very.
One moment you are everything, the next moment an accident can make you be in a wheelchair. So I've always had that in mind. So I was in the classroom. The classmate stood up and said, I am told that there is a dance champion in this class. Who is that person? And And I was sitting there, and one of the guys who had already spoken to me said, he's the one sitting there. I was leaning on the wall at the back, and I've always been like that. So that is the reality.
Yeah. Okay, in uni, you studied dance.
Yeah.
Only dance, or you did other
diploma in
dance?
Kind of a higher diploma. For 3 years.
For 3 years. And then after that?
After that, I went to the UK. When I won the national dance competition, in my year, the year I was supposed to have represented Ghana at the World Dancing Competition, it was cancelled.
That year?
Yes. But I had a visa. Okay, I had a visa to go to the UK to go and represent Ghana. So I decided I won't go. And then I stayed. And the money that was given to me when I won the national dance competition, I gave it to Slim Buster. Because Slim was getting married to his childhood sweetheart, who was in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
So I gave him the money to go, so that when I am ready to come, he can send the money back to me. And so that's what we did. And he went, so I was in constant, communication with him. And so I went the first year when we went on long vacation. Then I decided to now visit, So I got some money and I was able to go and visit. So it is through that I was able to establish that traveling opportunity whilst I was in school.
Okay.
So I maintained that until my final year when I finished. And then I went to the UK and didn't come back.
You did not come back?
I didn't come back until 2000. I was there for 7 years.
So for 7 years, you were in the UK?
Years. Yeah, and it felt very uncomfortable because I was that guy who has always been there on the stage performing. And here was I, more or less pseudo illegal because I got married.
Yeah.
And I was like this arranged kind of marriage. And it was like I was given a notice that my lady has come to take some money. He said she can't find me and all that. So on the records at the police station, because I had my landlord worked in the police station as an administrator. So on record in the police station, I was a citizen.
Okay.
But when they checked, they delved deeper into the records. It was like I have been given a notice to leave.
To leave.
Country. So I was kind of a pseudo. And so I didn't want to be up there, dancing and being seen. So I was always at the background in the UK. And it felt very uncomfortable. I said, Massa, let me go back to my country.
What work did you do?
I was a cleaning supervisor.
Okay.
And I was doing minicab. Minicab was just like the Uber, where you are called to go and pick somebody. And so I had a private car that we used that to. So you have a radio, and then they'll call you, go and pick somebody. So I was combining the two, actually. And I was doing church activities and all that. So I was a very busy man, doing things all around the place. But I was at the background.
I see.
So I came back.
Okay.
In 2000.
2000.
I brought some equipment, video equipment. And so I was doing film and music videos in particular. So I did a lot of music videos.
Music videos?
Slim Buster's video, Ballet, You May Kiss the Bride, Josh Laye. I had several of them. I've forgotten their names. I mean, several of these artists, I worked with them. In fact, I worked with Bandana. It was featured in a few songs, and I had to shoot the videos of them. So I was always on TV. My products were always on TV. I did Nana Tofo, several, Pat Thomas. I did several videos, and I still felt that this is not what I'm called to do. I'm a performer, and I have to get connected to the performance of dance properly. not, because, video taking is a bit remote, So I was a good director as far as dance videos are concerned. But I felt still that I was a bit far removed from dance. So I just decided, okay, let me do a master's.
Okay.
And then get into the teaching field, because I was given the message. I think after 6 years, one of my professors, Onikwe Soa, told me that, they are being asked to bring in some young ones, to take after them, the job of teaching dance at the University of Ghana. So I went back to do my master's. So I was able to finish within 3 years of it, and then I got the opportunity to become a lecturer.
Wow.
And now I'm here.
What a journey.
Yeah.
So how has it been being a lecturer?
I think nothing could be better than what I'm doing. I feel so so happy to be doing what I'm doing, because when I teach dance, it's like I'm having fun, and I'm being paid for having fun. What else would you want to do in this world? It comes naturally.
Okay.
Teaching comes naturally. So I would, both the practicals and then the theory comes naturally. So I get into the classroom and it's like I'm having fun. And at the end of the month, I am paid for doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing it. So nothing could be simpler.
Some people see dance as mere entertainment.
Yeah.
As somebody who's been through the practical side of dance and now in academia, how would you explain the social and cultural value of dance to the ordinary person?
Okay, so sometimes I get a bit emotional when I want to talk about the way we see dance in these parts of the world. Our notion of dance, unfortunately, have been based on the Western description of dance.
Okay.
Which is entertainment.
Yeah.
Okay. But for us, dance has several areas that we must look at. Right. Dance has a social.
Okay.
It has spiritual.
Okay.
And then it has this ability to represent the people in ways that you have no idea what it can do. It has value systems embedded right in there that kind of shapes the African orientation.
Okay.
As to how to interact with people, as to who is boss and who is subject. So there are dance movements that you cannot do in front of a chief. So it places the chief at a particular pedestal. And the chief, even though he is chief and final authority, he has a council.
All right.
That he confers with. And therefore, the issue of the chief being authoritative is even brought to a level that has to do with consensus building. So the chief is not like, you may be the king, but still you have a council.
Yeah.
And therefore, our traditional dances would speak to all these in ways that when I get into a Deba ground and I want to perform, and I see the chief seated and surrounded by his council of chiefs and all that, anything that I do in that space, must speak to that situation. But there's a hierarchy, and you must respect that. And it is these little things in our society, even though for several of our people who seem to be educated, it falls on their blind side.
Yeah.
And that is why they will think that dance is not something that is worthy of academic consideration. And therefore, if their award or their child comes to the School of Performing Arts and says that I'm going to do dance, they think that it is, even to the extent that the child is just combining dance with sociology or dance with philosophy or dance with geography. It's like a no.
Yeah, some people will drop it later.
Yeah, And so we've had situations where we have to deal with parents at the School of Performing Arts who have the awards wanting to offer dance as one of their pathways. And they say, no. And it's a no. And the awards, because they love dance, they'll still come anyway, but on the blind side of their parents. So if you are doing something, they say, oh, I don't want to be on the video because
my parents
would see. I have an issue like that, that we are dealing with currently. We have a festival coming up in April, and we are trying to take videos of our classes to educate the public that dance is not just about Agbaja and Palogo. And even that Agbaja and Palogo have values embedded in there that shapes the thinking of the individual. It gives you that impression that we live in a community and we care for one another. And therefore, when the drum ensemble begins to play within the society, dancer becomes audience become dancer, and therefore it is a community, and we are one and other's keeper. And therefore you cannot walk into a classroom with a gun and start firing, which is the difference between the Ghanaian community and the Western community. Because we have built a value system that goes round, and we are able to hold ourselves together. So one of the key value systems that dance actually exhumes is unity.
All right.
Unity amongst the people. And for the traditional society, it is done, and you might just overlook it. Because when we put the Palogo drum down and we start to play, and people come around and begin to enjoy and entertain themselves, underneath it is that issue of togetherness, is that issue of brotherhood, sisterhood, is that issue of communality, is that issue of communication, and therapeutic nature of dance, where you have persons who are sometimes very sad, come to the arena to enjoy and even participate in the dance, and then it becomes some kind of cathartic, cure for them, And therefore, dance is a very, very important tool, that we tend to look down upon. We were having myself and my classmates, we have a platform, our secondary school platform, and we're having an argument, politics, and politics has become very divisive now, and brothers and sisters are even fighting, and so it was a back and forth kind of argument, and when he writes, and then I will write, and so the platform actually has shifted to one particular side of the divide, right? And I'm also on the minority side,
the other side.
of the divide. So it went back and forth. And then the guy just got angry and then posted that. And this was a guy, a close friend of mine, he named me Sir Robot.
Oh.
Okay. And then he posted that he cannot stand this nonsense or so, and that he cannot argue with when they are talking. An ordinary dancer
ordinary dancer
comes to challenge him, but they know what they have done for this country based on, because I think he's either civil engineer or mechanical engineer, one of them. So he said that, and I got very worried, and I wanted to talk back. And then my classmates started DMing me behind the scene and said, no, leave it, because he's not too well. So I left it, But that is the extent of damage that the colonial masters have caused us as a people. And I always talk about this damage. And you see an ordinary person who thinks that he is even an Nkrumahist, that I don't want to mention names, but an Nkrumahist that we met we went to perform, we were invited to perform at a business forum, came out. A politician, Nkrumahist, came out to say that at this forum that we are thinking and brainstorming and all that, we don't need dancers and drummers to be here to. And immediately the audience erupted that, no, as with this one. You understand? And for an Nkrumahist to be able to come out in public to make such a statement gazettes my view that we are really very, very damaged. Our psyche is so damaged that anything that is typical Ghanaian, we want to, especially when it comes to the performing arts. Of course, drama, music have been around for a very long time. So people are able to at least accommodate those ones. But for dance, the very word dondology that they put out there is because of dance. Because we are the ones who are engaging in the drumming and dancing, And all is because of the damage that the colonial interregnum caused the black man, to the extent that Ifrimamo was not allowed to wear cloth into a church. And for some strange reason, some of these intellectuals who will still talk about things like this also would unconsciously pass derogatory remarks about dance. And they forget that they are the same people who may, at one point or the other, be talking about the African personality and how we need to be sovereign people and have faith and believe in ourselves and our culture and what have you. It is unfortunate, but this is where we are.
Wow.
For several years, I've been trying to fight this thing. And it gets to a point and I ask myself, can you win
the fight?
But I thank God that people like Dance God Lloyd, Flex, E-Flex, and Ziggy, Incredible Ziggy, or the Endurance Grand,
Champion Rolly.
In fact, I learned Afonita was our student.
Yes,
I never met her.
Oh, you never did? Okay.
I never did, meet her. But several of these dancers are now doing great, traveling left, right, center, abroad. And if you do not value the culture, somebody outside will value it, And they're traveling outside and to the extent that Dance God Lloyd was called by the Emirates.
Yes.
Their president and their cabinet called him a mere dancer, so to speak.
How did you feel about that when you heard it?
I was so elated. Listen, these are some of the things that we wanted to do in our time.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, the only person who was able to come out to reach that stage internationally is Ajete
Sowa. Yeah.
And on the flip side, because Reggie Rockstone actually was one guy who took breakdance to the limits in Ghana, right? And then he had to veer into rap music and all that, and then created Hip Life and has become a national icon himself. But Reggie Rockstone was a dancer, at the beginning.
Yeah.
These are some of the things that we wanted to do. And for these young ones to be able to be doing that, my prayer is that they are able to push it to the limits where football has gotten to.
Okay.
That now parents are now prepared to drive their children to the field to go and to practice, because they know that it's lucrative. But it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be because now it is lucrative. You want to now, be part and parcel of it.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a student whose parents said they weren't ready to pay school fees. I don't know whether the last time I came I told you about this.
Yeah.
They weren't ready to pay the school fees because he was doing dance. So he got through school from level 100 to level 400, hustling to pay his own school fees.
See.
Then, just before the COVID, he came to me that he wanted to travel. He wanted to do his masters, but not in Ghana, abroad, because he wanted to prove a point to his dad. His dad is a very rich man, but his son struggled through school because he wanted to offer dance.
Wow.
So this boy comes to me, I gave him reference, and then he got a school in the US. Left the shores of Ghana, went to the US, and then called his dad from the US without telling his dad he was traveling. And when he called his dad, the dad picked the phone and said, "Where are you?" He said, "I'm in the US. What? What are you doing in the US? Feeling very guilty that he didn't
support.
And the son said, "Oh, I'm in the US. What are you doing?" He said, "I'm in school." "What are you doing in school?" "Now, you did dance in Ghana. What are you doing?" He said, "Oh, I'm doing a master's in dance." And then the dad said that I am ready to pay any amount.
Oh.
The school fees. The dad was now ready to pay the school fees because the son was in the US. The same dance course that is. So, in effect, I am trying to kill two birds with one stone.
Good.
If that is the situation, and we have a master's program, dance program, at the University of Ghana in dance, what do you think will happen? A lot of our students, when they finish, because they want to prove a point,
exactly,
are now going outside to do their masters. Of course, now Donald Trump has cut a lot of the funding, so a lot of them who are in school now are struggling, to survive, But that is our plight. On one hand, in the country, because of the damage of the colonial interregnum, parents do not want their children to be associated with dance education. All right?
Yeah.
We are struggling on that side.
Wow.
We have students who also are not ready to tell their friends and colleagues that I was part of this. I'm a dance student.
They are shy about it.
I went to the School of Performing Arts. We have colleagues who are telling students that when you do dance, there's nothing for you. Colleagues, I'm talking about colleagues. Do you understand? We are fighting from every war front. Today, the university is telling us that numbers matter.
Great.
So if you don't have numbers, you don't have a budget as a department. So everything, all the odds are against us. And we are still out there surviving. We need students to take our master's program. And when all these things are happening to us, for the first time, we have 4 graduate students.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time.
Wow.
4.
For the first time?
For the first time. Normally it's 3, 2. Maximum 3. For the first time. 4 graduate students taking dance. In the heat at the moment. You know how many graduate students music department have?
How many?
31. PhD and masters. Theatre arts. I think about 11 or 12 or so. You understand? So dance is fighting all fronts.
Wow.
Iran is okay. You understand? And I was telling my students, it can be very frustrating when you even have to fight from within, to let people know that, But what these young ones are doing, these Afro-pop guys are doing, I'm telling you, they are making a very profound statement.
Doc, let me ask. So you mentioned Dance God, who was chosen by Emirates to do stuff for them. Do you think these young dancers are also projecting the traditional dance to the world, or is it just about the pop type of dance?
Okay, so this is the thing. I am faced with a situation that I now have to consider teaching ballet at the School of Performing Arts. Consider.
Right? Okay.
So I'll come back to that. You sell what you have and what people are interested in. You sell what you have, because we have done this propaganda thing against the Department of Dance Studies for long. And we have fought back, saying that this is our culture. We need to hold on to it. We need to build, because it has values. It has something that the other world, right?
Yeah.
Western world, who have done away with this cultural performance practices, are suffering from some kind of internal implosion, where people can go, a young person can walk into a classroom and gun down his or her classmates.
Yeah.
There is something missing out there. And what dance does for us as a people is that, which I mentioned earlier on, that communality, that togetherness.
Okay.
Especially with the traditional dance. We play, it is open, you get into the fray, perform, somebody else. One moment you're a dancer, one moment you're a drummer, the next moment you're an audience. And we share that. It builds your psyche in a way that we have to take care of one another. All right. And this is happening on the blind side of the Ghanaian, because people are not actually any longer researching into it and coming up with all these ideas. That you build a country, and that is what Nkrumah did. We build a country based on these cultural practices. All right. So he formed the Ghana Dance Ensemble. And within the Ghana Dance Ensemble, we had we have Nordness, Evers, Akant, Gas, all right? And you see a guy dancing the Northern Region dance, maybe Bamaya or something.
Yeah.
And after he finishes dancing, you go and ask him, "Oh, what's your name?" Then he says, "Oh, I am Alote Clote." What? And you are dancing my ethnic dance? It means that you actually do respect me. You understand?
Yeah.
Sometimes, how do you feel when you see a white man dancing kete and dancing it very well? You feel gratified. You feel that is it. You understand? To the extent that you feel that, oh, you are so important. The white man is performing your dance. Okay? Or a foreigner is performing your dance. That means that he gives respect to you.
So Doc, why do you want to teach ballet?
Okay. So there are some ballet schools now. All right. And most of them are using my students anyway.
Okay.
who are doing very well. Very, very well. And I'm sorry to say, that is the damage I am talking about. Because for the Ghanaian elite,
okay.
When your children or your child is learning ballet, it's okay. That is where you want to get to. Ballet
comes with some class.
They wear the Cinderella type of
tutus,
and so that is okay. But traditional dance is dondology. Don't go there. So now we are forced to sell what the people are interested in. So the template that I'm now trying to give to my students is that give them what they want and attach what they say they don't like.
Oh,
and educate them through that.
So that's the model you want to use now. What they want.
And then you add the traditional dances in a way. And note.
Is that not dangerous? Is that not going to, if you like, kill our indigenous Ghanaian dances, if you like?
Well, if your thoughts as a person who is educated and your beliefs did not or has not destroyed them, what else can? Because we are still here. They are still dancing Kitty. They are still dancing. We are still dancing Palogo. We are still dancing all these traditional dances. We have pushed it forward. We are looking at how I introduce a course at the School of Performing Arts, Dance and Tourism.
Dance and tourism.
Okay.
I love the sound of that.
Yeah. Aha. So we are seeing how we can improve upon our traditional dances, strategically place them at certain places, make them available for tourists, that they can come. When they come to Ghana, they know that readily when I go to Arts Center, there's a performance on Wednesday. When I go to Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, there's a performance on Saturday. You know, we have to deliberately do these things, you know, that places more value on our students.
I like that. I like the marriage between dance and tourism.
Yeah.
There's also a relationship between dance, music, and then theater arts.
Yeah.
In your school,
what
is that relationship like between dance, music, and theater arts? And this is a question that Fifi Kuman is asking.
Okay. So this has been a kind of a bane, all right? Of course, there's a production going up. I don't know about Fifi Coleman's I Told You So.
Yeah, he's been.
But it has music in it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It has music in it. And it has some dance because I know that at the bar scene, they danced. But you see, Nkrumah's idea about the formation of the School of Performing Arts was based on the total theater model. Okay. The total theater model is what was developed into what we call the concert party. All right?
Yeah.
What later became the Keysop concert party. Now, the concert party, they have musicians, they have actors, and they have dancers. All put together as one.
Yes. Okay.
That is the concept that they used to form the School of Performing Arts. That's why it's a school. All right. So we have to be so integrated in a way. But over the years, behavior of some colleagues has constantly...
And when you say some colleagues, you mean lecturers?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. And I say that unapologetically. Some of our colleagues, their behavior is gradually trying to separate us, while some of us too are trying hard to bring us together. All right. So when I hear a colleague tell students that they shouldn't offer dance, and we are in the School of Performing Arts, and students will come to class and come and say it boldly, that so and so said that we should not, because when we finish, there's nowhere to go. Why wouldn't I consider ballet? Because most of my students are now in those schools teaching. Okay, they have a job. All right. And my aim is to make sure that my students, when they leave, they can have a job. I have introduced pop dance at the Department of Dance Studies. All right. So we are doing Afro pop.
Oh, okay.
You know, and some of my students are doing well. One of them was awarded by Gadi, you know, at the National Theatre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so we are moving on gradually. It's just that now we have to strengthen their psyche and let them have hope and believe in what they are doing, that they can go out there to establish jobs,
all right,
so to speak,
all right,
where they can ply their trade as dancers.
Okay, Hits 103.9 FM, Daybreak Hitz. With us is Dr. Terry Bright Ofosu. He is 1989 National Dance Champion and also a lecturer at the dance at the University of Ghana School of Performing Arts. He is a HOD, Head of Department for Dance in the school. Ria Anakwa is here this morning because Doc is here. Robert Clark is a dancer too. He's here this morning with us. And then Ernest Kumi. Yeah, and we've received a number of your comments coming through. In a moment, I'll be allowing my panel members to get in a lot of questions. Yeah, this one says, good morning, Daybreak team. Ponsa David, it says, wonderful time. This one from Doris says, okay, he says, Doris says, good morning. Adam L. Nukafu says, he used to reside in my neighborhood, North Kanishi. Happy birthday to my beautiful sister Faustina Amwa, the army personnel in Accra. A message from Kwame Foreigner, the Sefi boy. Okay, and then there is another comment here. It says, I love the conversation, especially as a dancer who is struggling to find my feet. Your feet, you can't find your feet. Are you like me? Can Doc give us a freestyle before he leaves the studio? The freestyle he will give. No, the freestyle there Doc will give. Yeah, from Chocoboy, Clemento says, ask Doc the age he knew he could dance. I think he answered that early on. Okay. Reina says, Dondology is often seen as a joke and laughed at without understanding what goes into it. Hello, good morning, Hits FM. I'm listening to you live inside Agbozume, Kliko, in the Volta region, precisely, Ketu South. Yeah, please wish Tomboy happy birthday for me. We've done that early on. Greetings to culture and to all Kente weavers across the world from King Lumo, Ras Humility. Oh, I love your name. Okay, happy birthday to Daniel Ajekum, called also known as what AD Image, and all the best in your youth. Okay, all right. Now let's get the conversation moving forward. All right, there is also another message that I had. This from DJ Spliff, and he says that Doc was his lecturer. He says, I used to. Okay, Uncle T, he was my lecturer. I used to be the best dancer. Big shouts to him. Hey, DJ Slave, are you sure about this one? All right, now there are. I know my panel members have questions, so let me start with Ria.
I don't have questions.
No, you don't have questions.
I don't have
so
questions.
Let me take the questions, then I come to you later.
Please.
Okay, let's Fifi Kuman get closer to the microphone because he was sending me some questions earlier. Fifi Kuma is also a product of the School of Performing Arts.
The mic there. How can I start?
But Fifi, you did theatre arts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I did the School of Performing Arts. I don't like the idea of I did theatre arts. I did the School of Performing Arts.
Okay. You don't want that segregation as in we.
Yeah. I think the idea is to churn out total products, not half-baked. So I'm not going to come out and say I can't sing, I can't move, I can't act. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And I will put it aside. Let's start with, a lot of let's release some tension, right?
Good.
First of all, Terry and I were not cool. No, Doc and I were not cool. I just want to establish that the whole Ghana should know about this right now.
Oh,
there was one production. Okay, a church marry. I was so said to for Christ's sake. I did everything I was supposed to do to lead my people.
Hold on. That production was dance, music, and drama put together.
Yes.
Okay. But it had a lot of dances.
Too much.
Now you can continue.
It had too much dance in it. As a chief, right? Sometimes you have to be very
conservative.
Yes, and you know, like a whole, the regalness of being a chief. I don't have to move too much. This man gave me a movement that turned me into a laughing stock.
For the rest of
For the rest of the whole piece, I said that session of the play, right? And then it was so obvious. So I got angry. I remember I got angry. I was like, listen, I was challenging. Can you also act the way I act? Like, if you're laughing at dance, can you also act the way I act? I'm telling you that dance I could. But see, and it's funny, Terry. And I was saying, I don't know what I said to you or to Kofi or what. After I grew up, I realized dance wasn't that hard of a thing to do.
Yeah, you told me the other time. Yeah.
It was like, wait, why the movements coming to me so easily now? But then it was so much of a challenge. I didn't even know what to do with my. I know, right?
It was slowly.
There was, you know, and all of that. Doc, see, let's go back to the department. And I'm glad you are talking unapologetically. So let's go there. I sent him a question. I was like, the relationship between, and also talking about how your department has been able to be the icon for the School of Performing Arts. I want to tell you so you know, and you can pat yourself on the back. Amongst all of us who have graduated, when we look back at the school, look at the dance department. So don't even worry about the numbers doing masters. Every one of us keeps talking about how is the dance department able to be so unified, so cohesive in their movements? How are they able to get things done? But all other departments are suffering. How are you able to do it?
Okay, so let me say, currently I am the most senior in terms of age.
Okay.
In terms of age, I'm the most senior amongst them. And what I've tried to do is to call the young ones to order. You see, I call the young ones to order when there is an impending rift, so to speak. And so it must be a conscious effort by somebody within who is respected, who can hold, because you see, as we were trying to build our department, the senior ones all left. Some died, some had to go on retirement and all that. And if you don't take care, you would build factions, okay, in the department. And as human beings, you realize that sometimes people can get into a state of misunderstanding each other, and then if you don't manage it well, and I think that that is what I have prevented people from doing. The young ones, they do respect me a lot. So I come in and I tell you that, Master, just leave it. Let's leave this one. Let's work together. And I try and draw us all together, even when I was not hit. Do you understand? So I have tried as much as possible to pull all the young ones together so that we can move the department. Because we have issues to deal with outside, not internally. You understand? And once we begin to fight internally, the whole thing would cave in.
Yeah.
So I've tried as much as possible to hold, including some of my colleagues, when I see that they are getting angry. And I think that also the performance bit, which I was talking about, there is some value system in dance, especially the traditional dance, that when you are teaching, okay, we are very fond of pairing lecturers to teach. Sometimes 3 lecturers will teach one practical dance, and that brings us together.
Okay.
So if there's a rift, once the drum begin to play and people jump into the fray and begin to dance and all that, that thing kind of fizzles out. And for me, the dance department, we have made a conscious effort, to pull ourselves together and work together as a team. Honestly, as I speak now, most of our lecturers are abroad, doing their PhDs and all that. So we are actually short You understand? We have only a handful of people doing a lot of things, and there's the only thing that we have is ourselves to pull ourselves together and work together as a team.
Let me go on a rant. Okay, let me go on a rant. So number one, I have always been against how you admit students to slow performing arts. You know this my position already. You do know very well that in a school of performing arts, it's not based on how many A's you got, how many B's you got, how many C's you got. It has always been about a practical thing where you present your skill, your art form, your talent, and a panel of judges like you will sit down and say, you have something in you that I can work with. Exactly. We have limited it to an academic process where if I get B4, B3, B whatever it is, I can qualify to be in the school. Hence, there is the thing where you have, so I asked the question, I was saying, how is teaching dance like now as compared to 10 years ago vis-a-vis Gen Zs and discipline? That's number one. Mm-hmm. Two, I have witnessed and been in that school and I've seen students, I can't even believe they're in a slow performing arts. I've seen students with fingernails in dance class. I've seen them with colored nails and hair as long as whatever in dance class. I'm like, okay, fine. I do not know when we shifted to that part, the discipline of our profession, how it got there. But we find ourselves in that space. Terry, I will say on record that I am against everything ballet teaching in that school. I'm against everything that is not Ghanaian. If we are not rich enough in our cultural performances, traditional performances from the 16 regions now in Ghana, and we want to pick because the world now accepts certain things, then we are missing a link. I do understand some of our students are teaching ballet in places. I want to unapologetically say that I've seen them teach ballet. It's the same as Ghanaians doing Chinese film or karate. You understand what I'm saying? You and I know. You started at 5. The average ballet student started at 2 years, breaking into shoes and whatever it is. Now we wait to get to University of Ghana at 21, 22 or 18, whatever it is. Now we are starting ballet. Our bodies can even move to the momentum ballet. So when people who do ballet, it's like a joke to them that what we're doing. But I see them, and it's right. I've seen them in so many dance academies teaching ballet, and I'm very confused about that because I'm watching and I'm like, you're not ballet. And I'm not see, and the thing is that I understand the desire for it or the market for it. Hence my question, I'm saying that we have been able to create these icons, your time and everything that digital was, and when you were then the breaking and everything, when even as on talking and all of that and like infusing traditional formations into it and all of that, I get it. But when we go out there, right, when we go out there as a country, and you mentioned a Ghana dance ensemble, they don't know them. I'm sorry. You understand what I'm saying? Or even the places that they go to. I know recently some of them were in India and all of those things. But the question is like, there's no noise about it. We don't know. So they took those dances. The people who are making the noise that you are talking about, from the the dance gods to the endurances and the all of those things, right? I want them to take Bambaya. I want them to take like Ekete, like a higher, like I don't know, I don't want to say a higher version, like like but like a very something about it, right? And I want them to know that they came here and they did not perform the same, because some of our moves here is very traditional African, where people are even copying us now. They are saying like, and then, oh, have you seen the Chinese doing Afropop before? You've seen them doing it. Beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, people, where do you come from? Like, how are you able to get into that in the phrase?
Asians are dominating.
Yes, into that phrase in the phrase so easily.
Especially with the I don't know how
the K-pop with the Korean with
the hip hop.
Yeah.
They are so
crazy about these things. What I love is that normally they go with our music. So our music is already covered in some sense. That's Ghanaian music. That is covered, right? But I do think there should be an intention, like an intentionality behind sending what is Ghanaian. When they say this is ours, Ghanaian traditional dance, market it in such a way that it's acceptable out there, that there's a call for it that brings this to a fore.
I think E-Flex is doing that.
Okay.
So he has a fixation on Azonto.
Okay.
So we call Azonte Flex. He actually learned traditional dance before moving into Afropop.
Okay.
So he has that background. So when he goes outside, he tries to juxtapose the traditional dance performance practice and the Azonto dance practice, and he's able to link the movement where they are from the traditional realms into the contemporary Afropop dance practice. So yes, one or two of them can do that, but Fifi, I have come to the point of realization now that we can theorize whatever, we can have all these fanciful ideas about how we can push the traditional dance. And Nkrumah pushed. Dance Ensemble went to the US and the UK, and they have presented the Ghanaian dancers all the way. Now, in the US, what is prevailing is there's a Sosone dance, the Senegal
Sosone, yes,
dance, because they call themselves Ballet Africain. Those guys.
Okay.
Ballet Africain. And their movements are very wide. You understand? They occupy space when they, as against the Ghanaian, that is, you understand? So ours are more enclosed, theirs are. And when you go to the US now and they say that, you are a dancer, and the first thing they will do is they want to show you this Guinea ballet kind of, you understand? And so now our traditional dancers have been put, and I like the idea that you are saying that we should push it some more.
You know how Nkrumah pushed it, right? And I know you know how Nkrumah pushed it.
Yes. So it is.
He will carry you with. He would take you with them. He would take. Yeah.
So it is. It wasn't a bottom up approach.
Okay.
It was a top down.
Down.
Okay.
So politicians must be conscious of the fact that we need to do more of this, because if you are looking at getting people to get interested in your tradition, okay, or your traditional practices, you must be able to sell it well outside. And here we are at the School of Performing Arts, teaching all these traditional dances. And the people are looking at us and they're like, these dondologists, Grammy. Do you understand? So we are in a very precarious situation, especially, I will speak for dance, right? Especially the dance department. Because the dondology is actually talking to us. That issue is talking to the dance department.
Ernest, come close to the microphone.
Yeah, Kwame, good morning once again.
Good morning, Ernest.
And good morning to everybody.
Morning.
I've been enjoying the conversation, but I can feel frustration in Doc's voice.
Yes.
Sometimes it hurts. So, me personally, I stopped dancing because I was frustrated equally.
Yeah.
A young guy who had come from Kumasi to Accra, and the business you were doing was dance. I got frustrated, went back to Kumasi and started life anew. You see, our understanding about the creative space is so bad to the extent that we see everything as recreational, but not business. That is where the problem comes from. Because if we are to accept it as part of our developmental agenda, as Nkrumah did, established National Dance Company, established Ebibi Goma, and was traveling with them, it was intentional. God being so good, our president has assured that he's now an ambassador.
He said, I will be.
Ambassador. Not an ambassador.
The ambassador. It's a good thing.
It's very
important. Maybe he is sat down and realized that we have a lot of potentials, but we've been downplayed. So he needs to, as the first gentleman of the land, step up and hold the mantle so that the creative space can penetrate, whether we like it or not. As we're speaking now, in the world, what is leading is what? IT, the creative space, and some few others. We have potentials.
Missiles.
But our understanding, yes, and missiles. But you see, our understanding about the creative space, as Doc said, has existed way back. So if I've had friends who went to School of Performing Arts, and when we meet, they cannot even tell us what they did. Because dondology, that tag, is so bad. It's so bad. When you go for events, and they will call let's call the national dance whatever to come and give us something small. You see, our role in the society we've been relegated to the background. It is as if we don't exist. I remember a day when Kwapin Polo was sentenced.
Yeah.
Okay. I was here. I had to relay the information to the other side.
All right.
I went there. There were politicians sitting there, and I spoke to production, and they wanted to break it. And all of a sudden, one politician was like, "Now more grow when you saw na, near break kind some bebo minor mong sa concert for we." In fact, I got angry. And I nearly misbehaved because yes, this is my world. The only thing I know since I was born is what I'm doing. The arts. And it hurts when people see other people above you because they think that theirs is more important. That is what is going on in the school. Because in terms of preference, from 1 to 10, scale of preference, you find us lying down somewhere and somebody will tell you now, oh, you need you could hear TV. You need it is something inimical that has been implanted into our minds, and it is still eating us up. God being so good, now we have the new crop of dancers who are making noise about it, and it looks as if they are getting the eyeballs, the attention, and all.
God
these things.
for social media.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, social media has played a big role, and now, Doc, you were saying that. Job opportunities and all these things. With the advent of social media, there is a ready market there. So you should also let your students understand that you don't need to be employed physically before you can have a job doing.
Exactly.
Because content creation is a big thing now. Very big. You can imagine, teaching how to dance kete, adwa, sichi, bamaya, tora, bima, nagla, chapulegede, all these dances, pacha.
Oh, you know chapulegede?
Oh, come on. I know a lot of these things.
He was a dancer.
Wow. He is a dancer. Why you say like he was like it's gone?
He can't dance.
He can't move again.
He can't dance.
I can.
Again.
But let me tell you the truth.
Okay.
I was so discouraged to the point that from the time I stopped, I decided not to practice.
Again.
Wow.
So sometimes we go for funerals and people, hey, I will tell them, if you pay me, I would. Because to me, it's my profession. Okay. If not, don't waste your time. You will not even a head nod.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get it from me. That is the level of discouragement we've destroyed the industry to be. So it is not attractive until now that social media came. It was not. I told you the last time about my experience when I was coming from the National Theatre. I got to Circle. I was talking to somebody and the person asked me, so what do you do? I said, I'm a dancer. You are a dancer. How? Okay, so how do you get paid? I said, okay, I work with the National Dance Company, so we are paid by government. It's so crazy. But we pray that things will change.
Great.
Dog, don't give up.
Don't give up.
You were talking about whether you can win it or not. You don't have to win. You need to make a mark and let God continue with it. Yeah.
Good one there. Good morning, Kwame Dadzi. This is one of the finest interviews on radio. I salute the doctor speaking about dance. Yes, his name is Dr. Terry Bright Ofosu. There is a doctor or Professor Soa who was from the UG Dondology. Dondology.
That's okay.
Okay, and he's teaching dance around the world. After his lectures, students come forward to confess their sins and their evil secrets. Just from African dance lectures and practicals from my friend Atu Kwamina, Atu Yosin Adenta. Yeah, Atu Kwamina Yosin. He sent in that one. Rob.
Yes, Chief.
Yeah, today we are doing the academia, side of the dance,
Very necessary.
And I'm happy to have Doc here again.
Yes, certainly. I had my points written that I really wanted to share, and then I just realized that I lost it. I will speak and I'll probably forget some, but I pray I remember everything.
Don't worry. As for you, I know.
Oh yeah.
We'll go try.
Off the cuff. Let's go.
The first one first of all, I just want to say big congrats to Doc. He's a fine representation of the streets and academia. Went out there, battled and won, and then transitioned into academia. So he represents both worlds.
And he's battling now. He will win.
Because he knows, like, that is the purpose for which he's here. But you see, so whenever I see him, I'm excited because, you see, it's a blend of the two worlds. Most of the people who are shining today are not. And so one of the questions I've had, and this is probably not for him, but because he's the head of department, I'm thinking of the School of Performing Arts, and I'm just saying, isn't it possible to have some sort of grounds on which we enroll some of these pop stars who are shining to come and do a particular course, certification, I don't know, something within the School of Performing Arts, so that they can add theory, the understanding, the background, the historical input of what they are doing, so that they can become rounded, so to say. Because most of these guys are displaying talent, but then it is more than talent. There's usually the elements, there are things that are behind, what they are doing. They need to be able to understand it. And then they can become proper ambassadors of culture. Because then they are not just talents being displayed, but they understand their space, they understand the context, and they understand the content. And so they're able to use it to be able to project whatever is required, so to say. So that's one, and I'd really want them to be able to consider it. The second one has to do with one of the biggest challenges, like he mentioned, is dancers not knowing how to monetize. And if the dancers are not able to monetize, then it simply means that the dancers do not see themselves as businesses, or they are not learning dance business. Mm-hmm. You are learning the talent, the ability to dance. But what about the ability to make money with your dance? That's they need to learn. So the element of branding, the element of using social media, the element of being a content creator, the element of being professional in terms of dealing with people, how to sell yourself, you understanding that if you come together, this is what you can form as a company, that kind of stuff. All of these elements, I think those are the things that are missing. It is not just missing for those who are outside of the school. Mm-hmm. It's missing for even those who are in the school as well. Okay. It's actually missing within the space. And every now and then, these are the things that a lot of people grapple with, and they seem to find ways to work around, and that is why some of them are excelling. So for those who are excelling now, that's one of the biggest areas that is actually serving as a foot, like leverage for them to be able to get ahead, and they need to be able to start incorporating it. I think that if you go to the School of Performing Arts and you enter your first year, if your social media following is 100, by the time you leave 400, you should have 5,000 as one of the KPIs. Because
you grow an audience,
exactly,
community.
You should be able to, it's like the system should prepare you for the outside world. And if you are a talent who basically knows how to stay on stage and be able to execute, those are some of the things that you should be doing. Ability to sell yourself, understanding the business there, all of these things. And we should have, currently, one of the things we do every now and then is to have a session with, people who are practicing, so that they engage and ask questions. But if we make it more frequent, then what it is that they will learn from these guys how they run their businesses, that is their talent, how they manage it, how they project it, and all of that. And I believe that would also help. Another thing that I saw, recently we had a session in their school, and that's Start Right. I think I was there with Fifi Coleman. And one of the things I mentioned to them is that the School of Performing Arts is heavily about talent.
Yeah.
But within that school, within the entire University of Ghana, you have a department for marketing. There's also a department for law. There's also a department for business. Like, there are different departments within the school, and you exist with all of these folks. Maybe we need to get to that point where, as part of their project work, when they are doing their production, then Uncle T will tell them, go and look for, as part of your task, go and look for your entertainment lawyers, go and look for a marketing student who can sell, because we need to get a place full, that kind of stuff, so that they are benefiting from the talent that is all on the University of Ghana campus. You understand? Because these are your friends, you are with them, you are sleeping in the same halls with them and all of that, you hang out with them. Okay, let's go beyond the friendship. What can they do to benefit the dance? who knows? By the time you finish, you probably have teams who can now become a company, because you work with somebody from marketing, you work with somebody from sales, somebody from IT, somebody, that kind of stuff, and then you're able to put a particular, production together, and it work, that kind of stuff. So, so I'm thinking that if we do more of those, that should also be able to help.
Okay.
I would leave it at this particular point.
All right, Ria.
Hi, darling.
Yeah.
And please, one last one. Very, very necessary. What the dance god Lloyds and co have been able to do should not be looked down upon or treated as ordinary, because these guys have shattered ceilings, broken down barriers, and claimed, like, they have demanded they have commanded respect for themselves and for that thing called dance.
Okay,
you understand? And what they have been able to do is to get a very tall list of young folks who consider dance as so cool, and they are following in this particular path, which is the reason why we have a fresh generation of folks who appreciate dance. And so I think that, yes, we need to be able to go down that particular path and then find a way to merge so that we can,
Thank you. Doc will dance, so let's so that we can have time to dance before Black success.
I guess, Kwame, it's now making sense to you why, and a lot of our listeners, why most of the times when I come here and I get presidential aspirants and ministers for tourism and arts and culture and all that, I bombard them with stories of School of Performing Arts and what they are doing for us, because we are hearing what is going on there now, cutting of funding and all that. And for a school that has been there for ages, it's uncalled for. It is something that is very appalling, that you literally have to cut our budgets because we don't have people in the school. Well, I digress. Anyway, I just came to give my teacher his flowers, because at the end,
didn't come with any flowers. How can you come and give flowers with empty?
Spiritual flowers, because he has made us.
You are a spiritualist.
Kwame. What's that? He has made us.
He needs 2 minutes.
He has made us. He has made us who we are.
Yeah.
I also don't like the stereotype of I was a theater arts student.
Yeah.
I like to say I boldly say it here because he instilled it in me.
Yeah.
I boldly say it here and everywhere I go to, that I am a proud student of the School of Performing Arts. This man taught me how to write. I'm still mastering my full stops. Yes, he taught me how to write because I wasn't putting full stops in my dissertation. So he was like, Gloria, full stops. Yes. So I mean, that's just by the way.
Gloria?
Yes.
Okay.
Gloria.
Continue.
Yeah, that's just by the way. But I mean, he's been able to make us very confident people, so that when we stand amongst your so-called, I don't like to say so-called, sorry, your mechanical engineers, your doctors, your lawyers, we can also stand our ground and say, yes, I went to the School of Performing Arts, but I'm not dumb, I'm not daft. I didn't just go and dance. I went to learn. So it's not like I just have movements in my head. I'm not just an actor. I mean, for you to even be a performing arts student, you have to master a lot of things. Your knowledge has to be broader than a lot of people.
Yeah.
You have to know everything and anything. So yes, kudos to my teacher, my lecturer.
That's Gloria there. Gloria.
My name is Ria Anna Showbiz. That one is he's the only one allowed to come.
Let me do this about 30 seconds.
30
Let me give you like 30 seconds.
And then 30 seconds.
So 30 seconds. I think.
And then we will dance.
One thing is that Terry, thank you. Thank you for whatever you're doing for the school. Trust me, alumni, we know you. We talk about you. We don't tell you, but we talk about you. That's number one. Number two, performing artists, creatives, whatever it is, how we have presented ourselves in the past has contributed to why they see us the way they see us. Let's stop going to ministries and whatever to beg for money and position ourselves in a place where they will give us some respect. We know we dance, but don't let us always be in that tattered clothing and the earrings hanging all the way down our neck just because so they should see us as performers, so they should accept us. The business world doesn't see us like that. When we do that, they see a different version of ours. In our own world, we can do that. And then finally, if you're out there, the slow performance is yours. Trust me, there's a lot there for you. Yes, when you go, ask for Terry, he will help you.
Yeah. And then this evening,
I told you so opens tonight. Tonight we're opening tonight, free for 60 and above. It's free for you.
I don't have a ticket yet. Anyway,
before you come in,
I wanted to answer
Rob.
18th April.
If you answer, we
18th
cannot
April,
dance.
Ghana Dance Industry Awards. 18th April. So after you're discussing dances, have that at the back of your mind. 18th April. You can visit our social media pages and then go check out on the tickets.
Doc,
Let's get ready
please
for it.
answer in 1 minute.
So he was talking about
then
there
we
not
dance.
being any
course for the
we have
popular
we
dances.
have. In fact, they didn't turn up.
Okay.
We did it, I think, just before December, Christmas. So we ran it for like 3 weeks, 21 days or so.
Okay.
Yeah. And so this time around, we are going to do the next one will be, I think, when we're on vacation, and vacation starts from the 5th of May to, I think, 27th of May. So
Okay.
we'll run the 3 weeks course. It's for the Afro-pop dancers, traditional dancers, drummers,
Right.
and what have you. It's a short course that we do. Cheap,
Yeah.
come,
Sure.
and learn.
All right, guys. On that note, I say thank you so much for listening to us on Daybreak Hitz, Hit 103.9 FM. Thank you, Ernest Kumi, host of Asempa Showbiz. Yeah, he's Edu Kumi, but about how the Ernest. And then to you, Robert Clark, Ria Anakwa, Fifi Coleman. On that note, I think it's right for us to end this way. Ni Abnes, capture this.
This is Hits.